we have been talking about agricultural transformation since Maputo, and Malabo gives a new horizon with a higher commitment from heads of states. But for Malabo to happen, we need critical governance reforms in each one of our countries. So what do I mean by critical governance reforms? First of all, one of the key dimensions of Malabo is the necessity to link economic policy to agricultural policy. And this is a recommendation that is not sufficiently implemented because ministries keep working in clusters and the finance ministries keep imposing their priorities. So the multisectorality of agriculture is not really reflected in governmental strategies. And as long as we don't really implement that reform, we'll still face these challenges of transformation. Point number two, Usman very clearly highlighted the fact that Africa has been growing, I think, thanks to good macroeconomic reforms, thanks to better managerial systems. 6 of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world are still African, but 7 of the most unequal economies are in Africa. So if we link inequality with high unemployment regarding the high proportion of youth, we have a bomb which is sitting in front of us. So we know that the best way to go about it, and as Malabo says it, is to have an agriculture-led development. Transformation will come out of an agriculture-led development. And that is linked to number 2. And if we do not effect that governance reform, which means that we need to look at how agricultural transformation can help us tackle the issues of high unemployment, especially among the youth, which are still and will be still in 2030 in rural areas, then we might be faced with chaos and instability. Point number 3, leadership is not about our heads of states making speeches and letting the experts implement. Most of the African countries today, where progresses are being made, is where heads of states not only make speeches, but they are hands-on in implementation, hands-on. So our role as a technical agency and as the African Union Commission is to make sure that we give them the instruments that can help them be hands-on in implementation. Our governance system do not allow our leaders just to make speeches. They need to go further and build systems, build institutions, and be hands-on in implementation. So this is why the scorecard as an accountability mechanism is very important, because on the basis of clear indicators, it can show what each leadership in each country is doing in order to transform the agricultural system. Because leadership has to be led by that thinking. Point number 4, on the accountability linked to development partners, I think development partners need to align to our priorities. We have spent enormous energy and time in framing CAADP 1, in framing Malabo, so we are no longer in a situation where we want to have 1,000 initiatives going all over the places. Alignment is critical. Support to the priorities is critical. So whenever there is an initiative which goes far away from what we have defined as priorities, we are losing time.